Hi guys, welcome back to the FlyMe Flight Simulator today. You're joining me on the flight deck with Luke on today's flight to Tenerife. Currently sat on stand 20 at Fuerteventura. Luke's going to be doing the flying today. Luke's actually one of our FlyMe Academy members. If you want to say hello.
Yeah, hi, I'm Luke, and I'm one of the FlyMe Academy members. Been a member for about a year and a half, give or take. But yeah, today I'm hoping to show off some of my skills that I've learned while at the academy.
So if you're ready for the pre-flight checklist then.
Yeah, right, pre-flight checklist.
Pre-flight checklist. Oxygen tested 100%.
Tested 100%.
Navigation, transfer and display switches.
Normal auto.
Window heat.
On.
Pressurization mode selector.
Auto.
Flight instruments, we've got heading 277 QNH 1013.
Yeah, 277 QNH 1013.
Parking brake set, engine start levers cut off, and that's pre-flight check is complete. So we're clear for push and start. So if you're happy, we'll go through the before start as well.
Yeah.
So we've got flight deck door.
Closed and locked.
Fuel.
11.9.
Passenger signs.
On.
Windows. Got closed and locked. MCP.
V1 is 131, VR is 132, and V2 is 140.
CDU pre-flight.
Completed.
Rudder and aileron trim is 3 and 0. Taxi and takeoff briefing. Shall we?
Yeah, we'll do that now.
Do that now. So I'll let you have a talk to him about the taxi out. So I'll give you the chart. And we're on 20 at the moment, which is just there.
Yeah, so we're on stand 20. We're going to be pushing back, nose facing north. Going to taxi straight on Alpha 1, turn right on Echo 6. And then we're going to backtrack the runway for departure.
Nice one. So simple taxi, isn't it? Not nothing too major.
Yeah, not a long taxi.
Yeah. And for the departure, we're going to be doing the Lorpo 3 Romeo. So just the instructions of the SID, and I'll cross-check it with the FMC while you read it out.
Yeah, at Lima Zulu Romeo, radial 223, turn left, intercept Lima Papa Charlie at radial 066, inbound to Lorpo.
Cool, that sounds good to me. So that's the taxi and takeoff briefing. So that was just a standard instrument departure there. So we'll get the rest of the checklist done and get underway. Time to show off them skills, eh?
Yeah.
And just the anti-collision light.
Yeah, we'll turn that on.
Nice one. So before I start checklist, that's complete. So if we could go, packs can come off now.
Yeah.
Isolation valve is open, which it is, and AP bleeds on. So we're all good to go.
Yeah, can't forget that.
Yeah. I'll just pop that down there. So park brake's coming off. We're clear to start. When he starts getting you back, I'll request start engine 2.
And here we go.
Could start engine 2 please, Luke? What are we looking for on the N2 percentage wise?
25%.
Nice one. 25%. Valves are closed. Start's looking good. Okay, that's starter cut out. So if you want to switch that to off, and start as engine 1, please, mate.
Alright, starting engine 1.
So pushback drive is doing what we expected.
Yeah.
So that's good. Approaching 25% again, getting ready to introduce that fuel. Start cut out. So we'll wait for him to finish the pushback, then we'll do the after start flow and get underway. making me dizzy, this pushback driver. Must be Spencer driving the pushback truck.
Yeah.
Right, you stop there, so I'm going to set parking brake. Whilst he's letting us go, if you want to do the after start flow, so just the generators first, just that one and that one. Probe heats can come on. Packs to auto. Isolation valve to auto. AP bleed can come off. And start switches can both go to continuous. APU can come off. And if you can set takeoff flaps 5, please.
Flaps 5.
And we'll get some lights on ready for the taxi. We'll keep them off actually until we get clearance to taxi. Happy for the before taxi checklist?
Yeah, before taxi checklist.
Generators.
On.
Probe heat.
On.
Anti-ice.
Not required.
Isolation valve.
Auto.
Engine start switches.
Continuous.
Recall is checked. Auto brake.
RTO.
Flap lever is set.
5.
Engine start levers. Idle detent. Flight controls. If you want to follow me through, Luke. So it will be full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral and just rudders, so it'll be rudder, full left, full right, neutral. Miguel's on the left with the pin.
Yeah.
So we're clear left and clear right. Taxi lights can come on. And we'll finish off the checklist. So ground equipment, clear on the left.
And clear on the right.
Nice one, that's before taxi checklist complete. So we'll get rid of that for the time being. And it wants to go in there. And we'll taxi out to the runway. So whilst taxiing out, Luke, if you want to have a talk to him about the route, where we're going to be heading over and cruising altitude, stuff like that.
Yeah, so we're going to be departing out of Fuerteventura, heading over to Gran Canaria where we'll be flying over the north of the island. And then we're going to be arriving into runway 07 on the ILS. Cruise altitude today is 22,000 feet. Should be a really nice flight, clear weather. Over the sea, should be quite nice.
Should be pretty scenic actually, shouldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, as we said, Luke's one of the Academy members, and the plan is to actually get the other members in throughout the next few weeks. We'll have a talk about the Academy when we get up there, if you want to have a chat about your stuff, and once he's obviously not flying, once he's got the autopilot in.
Yeah.
But I'm sure he's good enough to multitask.
Lots to talk about.
Yeah. I'm sure you're good enough to multitask. So here's the Lima 2 and here's Echo 6, what we mentioned. But in today's case we've actually got the no edge, so we're actually going to keep it going up. And we'll enter the runway at Echo 1. We'll say we've been cleared Echo 1.
Yeah.
Got some little Cessnas there, so we could even have a talk about your training in the, so you flying Cessnas at the moment?
Yeah, I am, yeah.
Have a little chat about that.
Lessons in the Cessna 150, I believe that's a 172 over there.
Yeah, he knows his stuff.
So, doing my flying lessons, hoping to get my PPL pretty shortly.
Good stuff. So if you want to bing the cabin twice by doing the seat belts, perfect. So cabin secure. Approaching the runway. If you want to go strobes to steady, strobe and steady, and transponder just to TRA. And when you're ready, we'll do the before takeoff checklist on the runway, just to save capacity.
Yeah.
So we've got runway 19. That's identified, and we'll take, may as well use as much runway as possible, so we'll take the end point. So we've been cleared to take off, so you can shove the lights on. Nice one. So here's Echo 1. taxi light can come off now. When we get on the runway, we'll do the before takeoff checks, and I'll give you control.
Yeah.
Not all good for you, mate?
Yeah, perfect.
Not too shoddy.
Yeah, bang on.
Right, so you ready for before takeoff checklist?
Yeah, before takeoff checklist.
Before takeoff checklist. When we find it. There it is. Flaps are 5 green light. Stabiliser trim is 5.59 units set. That's before takeoff checklist complete. So we'll just have a quick glance through everything again. Everything's looking good. 140 set for V2, runway heading set. We've got LNAV and VNAV armed. So I'll knock the parking brake off for you and then it's all yours.
Alright, let's go.
Stable. And 1 toga. Right. Thrust set. $80 knots. V1, rotate. Positive climb.
Gear up.
Gear up. LNAV. Feed off speed. Nicely done, mate. And 1.
Okay, flap 1.
Flaps 1.
And flaps up.
Flaps up. Flaps up, no lights. Got the after takeoff checks for you when you're ready, mate.
Yeah, after takeoff checklist.
After takeoff checks, engine bleeds are on, packs are auto, landing gears up and off, flaps are up, no lights. That's that after takeoff checks complete. So yeah, Luke's doing a really nice job now, flying those flight directors. Almost as good as your raw data stuff. So Luke was actually doing some raw data flying earlier without the flight directors. Really nice job. He flew raw data general handling.
Yeah, quite tricky though.
Yeah, but you smashed it in the end. So, and also raw data ILS into Doncaster. Not quite as exotic as Tenerife and Fuerteventura. So set standard passing flight level 6-4. If you're happy, I can release cabin crew for you.
Yeah, you can do.
Cabin crew, you are released. So what Luke's doing now, he's picked up really well from the academy. So Luke's going to have a talk to 3T once he's got the automatics in about the stuff he's done. So we cover anything from the basics of general handling all the way up to engine failures,
cabin fires.
Yeah, cabin fires, FMC speed being about. So we'll say we've been cleared up to our cruise now, 220. So that should book you back up again. Even just what he did there, leveled off, climbing straight back up again. Absolutely perfect, M1 VNAV speed. So yeah, we've currently got one academy at the moment. It's age 12 to 17. We've got FlyMe Academy 1, FlyMe Academy 2 will be starting shortly. It's a really great mixed bag of kids. We've got, it works really well, so I definitely recommend it, and it's run by all the instructors here in the evenings on a 6 till 8 in the evening on a fortnightly basis. However, it will start to end up being weekly with the second academy. We'll have a bit more of a talk about that in the cruise, just so I can monitor everything. So, yeah, perfect. Autopilot's in. Over 10,000 feet now, we'll get the lights off, and if you're happy, we'll release passengers, so you can go seatbelt signs off now, mate.
Release the horde.
Yeah, let them roam free. How was that?
Awesome, yeah.
Really good.
Great.
Good practice, mate. Very nicely flown. So, let's have a think. We'll have a talk, let you have a talk to the guys first, and then we'll have a talk through the arrivals and stuff, because we do need to actually remember to fly the plane.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to have a talk about your time at the Flight Academy, how you got into flying, how long you've been doing it for, all that stuff, mate, feel free.
Yeah, I've been a member of FlyMe Academy for over a year now, and it's just taught me so much about a topic that I really enjoy. You know, aviation is quite a difficult topic to get into. You don't really know where to start, but all the people at FlyMe have just helped me achieve that goal, and I think that's really great. I mean, here at FlyMe we've done just insane things, like flying around the Burj Khalifa at night. You know, all the way from general flight handling, so like circuits and how to actually fly the plane, all the way to rapid depressurization and having to descend extremely fast. Yeah. So it's just been great. I think if you're into flying, you'll really enjoy it. So.
Nice one, mate. Yeah. So if you want to follow the heading bug round, just to match it up with our track. Yeah, so we do loads of stuff with the academy. We switch it up every week. So we run operations down here in the sim, as Luke just mentioned, about emergency descents, flying around Dubai at night, doing some circuits. We also have a virtual reality room upstairs equipped with some really nice new VR headsets where we can simulate Cessna flying. So for the training we can do things like practice force landings, steep turns, basics. So with it running over 2 hours, we split it quite nicely. So we'll send, say, a group down to the sim. Might have some people on the emergency slide doing some cabin crew stuff. Because once again, it's not just necessarily tailored for pilots. It's really for anyone who wants to get involved with the aviation environment, as we do a whole mixed bag of things. We don't want to keep it as good as it is to keep it pilot orientated. It's great to add in other things. So as Luke mentioned the other week, well, about a month ago now probably, going down the emergency slide, doing the cabin crew drills with the fire and smoke. So with the Real 737-300 classic aircraft we've got, that's actually been turned into a simulator. We can use that for the training for the doors. We can fill it up with artificial smoke, nothing that's actually bad for your lungs. Just like what you have at your year 6 disco. That wasn't too long ago for you, was it?
Oh, it was ages ago. 5 years.
Yeah, so we can do that stuff. In the simulator, let's run through what we might do on a night. Everyone would arrive, we'd have some in there, some in here. A couple of weeks ago we were doing the emergency descents that you can remember quite well. Yeah.
Engine failures.
Exactly, yeah. FMC speed being our path. And there will be out acquirers shortly. So me and another instructor, or a couple of the other instructors, might do a demonstration first. Do you remember, like on the emergency descent?
Yeah.
And then get one of us in with, say, for example, Luke or another academy member, who, as I did mention, will also be joining for the live flights and the YouTube flights and the Twitch streams, just to get them involved. It's really good. It lets them show off their skills and also develop that experience of having a bit of people watching. Because like when you're flying real thing. You got your passengers, so it gives you that bit of pressure there to not mess up.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a really good thing that we run, and we'll just keep developing it as it goes along. And any suggestions with it, or any questions, feel free to just drop FlyMe an email or give us a call, and someone will be there to help you out. And you might be on the academy with Luke, who's now famous. Yeah.
Famous. Yeah.
Do you want to say hello to your mum at home?
Hello, Mum.
Hello, Mum. Yeah. Yeah. Just for the video later.
Hello, Facebook friend.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's it. That's the academy. We're currently at, what are we at the moment, Luke? 22,000.
22,000.
What speed we got at the moment?
286 knots.
Yeah, that's perfect. So pretty fast. And what's the waypoint we're en route to? Lorpo, is it? Yeah. Super. So if you're happy, we'll take direct conda.
Yeah.
So we'll go conda, bring it to the top, execute that. Direct conda is set. Should we have a little brief? Do you want to have a chat about the approach into Tenerife?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, as we said, Lorpo 1 Golf. So, I'll have a talk about the star. Do you want to talk about the ILS and the taxi?
Yeah, we can do.
So, we're on the Lorpo 1 Golf arrival. We've been cleared direct to Conda, which is just south of the Gran Canaria, Lima Papa Charlie. VOR. After that, it's going to be a right-hand turn to Meran. At over flight level 70, that's 21.2 nautical miles, and then it will be direct to the approach, which we've given ourselves direct to the centre fix, haven't we, for runway 07?
Yeah, yeah.
I'll pull up the ILS chart. If you want to have a brief about that, have a talk about as much as you can do, just from top to bottom, basically.
Yeah, so localizer frequency is 109.7.
Right, let's get that put in now before we forget. I'll do your side for you as well.
The inbound course is 074.
Right, standby 1097 074. If you want to set your side as well.
074.
Set.
So that should be in straight for the ILS.
Yep, which we just spoke about.
Yeah, we've got the ILS frequency in. Missed approach. It's down here.
So we've got minimums today, so we're going to meet that 3% gradient, and we're category C, so just that one there.
So minimum's 435.
Yeah, so shall we set them now? So we'll go, if you want to do your side as well, just this one, yeah. So it's quite sensitive.
435.
Perfect. Yeah, so Luke's covered pretty much everything there, the key info that we need. As a backup, we've got the misapproach there, so if you want to have a readout of that, just in case what we're going to do in case we can't make the approach.
Yeah, if we can't make the approach, climb straight ahead to 5,000, then turn right, max of 220 knots to the VOR to flight level 70, so that's 7,000 feet.
Yep, nice
and then
one.
join the holding pattern.
Nice one. So we've got the localizer in, but it mentions something about a VOR there. So what frequency do you think we could put in standby?
Is that this one?
Yep, so
116.4.
116.4. So I'll shove that in mine, and we can actually, in fact, shove it in your standby as well. And then in case of the missed approach, we'll make note of that to transfer over, and we'll just go VOR1, and then it'll pop up.
Yeah.
Which is nice. Anything else? That looks good.
That looks good, yeah.
As we said, we've got minimums 435 set. Missed approach 5,000. Expect to see Pappies on the left. And altimeters in hectopascals. Runway elevation 7 hectopascals. Transition levels by ATC. Transition 6. And the MSA for our sectors, which number?
Which one's that? Oh, yeah, 4,600.
Perfect. So we'll be cautious of that on the descent, just to make sure not to get too low in the MSA. That all looks good to me. So we've got a warning here. It So we've got a positive wind shear risk of plus 15 to plus 30 knots below 1,600 feet if the wind is exceeding 15 knots at the surface in the northeast direction. So we haven't got any wind today, but in case we did and that met that criteria, we'd be wary of that, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Probably add some more speed onto our VREF. So let's have a talk about the taxi now. So I'll let you have a chat about that. So we'll go destination, taxi, parking stands, and airport. So we're landing 07. Which exit do you think we'll make off? So if we're coming in from this direction,
we'll probably make off Bravo 4 or Bravo 5.
Exactly, that's perfect. So Bravo 4, Bravo 5, then it'll be a left-hand turn onto the main apron, and we'll see where we can get parked.
Yeah.
Parking stands, we should expect basically any of these. And with the airport, as you said, Bravo 4, Bravo 5, and there'll be high-speed vacates.
Yeah.
So we'll be cautious not to slow down too much, and when we get to 60 knots, I'll take control.
So yeah, 60 knots.
I have control. Nice one, mate. That's all looking good for the arrival then. Alternate today will be Gran Canaria. We've got enough fuel to get there. Any reason why we might use an alternate, Luke? What might be making us not able to get into Tenerife? Any ideas?
Really bad weather, birds, runway closures.
Exactly.
May have to divert.
Yeah. So there's quite a lot of reasons, isn't there, that we have to think about and be cautious of. So don't need to start descent yet, but initially what do we need to come down to?
Flight level 170.
Yeah, so little ping there. We got Tracy in the back asking us if we do you want a coffee?
Yeah, I'm going to say coffee.
Right, so let's have a look at the arrival plate and the restrictions all the way down. So the platform altitude is 2,100 feet. So when we get there, when we get to Condor, it's not very busy, so we'll get cleared straight down to 2,100 feet. Other things that we're looking at practicing the academy is the air traffic control. I don't think you've had a go at that, have you yet? Or
no, I haven't, no.
No, so we're going to run stuff like that, and if you want to have a chat about what stuff you do on the VR as well.
Yeah, I went on the VR last week, and it was absolutely amazing. You know, it's something that it doesn't feel natural, but it's really cool once you get into it.
It's weird, isn't it?
It's really weird.
Yeah.
But I think if you're an aspiring pilot, you would absolutely love to go in that. I mean, I know I did.
But
awesome. Yeah.
At least you're learning stuff, so it's
yeah.
It's great to learn, and it mixes things up a bit with the 7.3s and the Cessnas, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's like you're in the Cessna for a bit, and then all of a sudden you jump into this, and then you're back out into the Cessna. It works pretty well. Anything you want to talk about, feel free about, I don't know, altitude, speeds, headings, engines, anything. If you can think of anything, get showing off your knowledge, mate.
Can't really think of anything, but I know that we've just flown over the southern part of Gran Canaria.
Perfect.
And very soon we should be able to see Tenerife south on the horizon. Yeah. Just to our right.
Nice one. So we're getting a notification there, reset MCP altitude. So we said we'd clear ourselves down to 2,100. So if you want to set that in, but before we do that, if you call for the descent checklist.
Okay, descent checklist.
Descent checklist. So if you get that shoved in, so descent checklist: pressurization, land altitude set, recall is checked, auto brake is set 3. Landing data, we'll go through this now. So we would have done performance. Could even look at doing that in the academy next time, learning how to use the iPads. But in today's case, we'll take flap 30, 140, plus 5 knots. So if you just say your stuff, what you need to say for landing data, so it would be...
Yeah, so flaps 30 at 140 knots.
And minimums?
Minimums are 435, and we've got to add 5 for a wind correction.
Perfect. And approach briefing is completed, so if you want to hit alt intervent now, which it's already actually started to take us down.
Which one?
Just that one there.
Altitude.
Nice one. FMC speed. So while we're going down, if you want to guard the controls just for whilst we get close down, you don't have to disconnect yet.
Yeah, I'm not going to. Don't worry.
But it's totally up to you when you want to. And we'll expect what I recommend is, if we go into plan mode, go to legs, and we'll zoom it in onto the arrival. That looks a ridiculously steep turn, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, it's on the axis, isn't it? So, what action do you think you're going to take there, around that point, to save it being steep?
Enter a downwind heading.
Perfect.
Ready to turn for a shallower base into final.
Perfect. So there, just take heading select. I'll put you in a downwind heading, and then we'll gradually extend the centre line and just come back in.
Yeah.
So that's perfect with what Luke's just said there. So that turn in a 737 at approach speed would be way too fast. You'd literally just overshoot it. So Luke's just took the appropriate actions there. Training's kicked in. He thought, right, what am I going to do? I'll take heading select, downwind heading, just to make it a bit shallower. And nice job. So we'll get the passengers strap back in. So if you want to go, seatbelt signs on. Nice one, mate. It's all going smooth.
Yeah.
Cool. So, approaching 10,000 feet, what sort of stuff do you think we're going to get switched on?
We'll switch on the landing lights.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me. Is that Tenerife over there?
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, unless
Tenerife.
a big island's just appeared out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, that looks good to me, mate.
Yeah, we're just leaving the coast of Gran Canaria. It's very rocky. Really, really rocky.
You been to Tenerife before? Or?
I've been to Tenerife before, yeah. It's really nice. Great tourist destination.
So what's your favourite place you've been in the sim?
I would have to say Geneva.
Geneva?
Geneva,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Classic.
Interesting approach.
Yeah.
Yeah. You happy with everything? Any questions?
Yeah, I'm happy with everything.
Any threats you can think of?
Could encounter some birds at lower levels.
Yeah.
Once again, maybe the runway could be closed. We'd be notified about that.
Yep.
Any hazards on the runway, other aircraft.
Good man. And what, have we got some sort of system on board in case there is any other aircraft that we can use?
Yeah, we've got the TCAS
Nice one.
system.
Just giving you a brain tester there.
Yeah, traffic
Quick
collision avoidance
Yeah.
system.
Oh, he knows his stuff. Quick fire questions today.
Yeah.
It's like being on Mastermind for you. And we've also got that wind shear as well. Just
Yeah,
possibly, but
remember about that wind shear.
so we'll let the cabin crew know 10 minutes landing, so it'll be cabin crew 10 minutes landing, thank you. Just try to keep it as SOP'd as possible,
Yeah.
as real world, is what we like to do.
So the runway would be right ahead of us. We'll be heading directly there, and then we'll turn downwind.
Exactly, so yeah, go in, break off, and then come back around.
So parallel to the runway, but the opposite direction.
Exactly.
Just so we can turn in.
Nice one. Have you done any of that stuff in the Cessna yet, or?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, straight downwind on the. Never thought.
What do you find easier?
No. It's a lot easier in the sim.
So VNAV profile's looking good. Meran 266 knots, which VNAV's got. And we've been cleared down to 2,100 feet, so we'll set QNH 1013. And I've got the approach checks for you when you're ready.
Yeah, approach checklist.
Approach checks, altimeters.
1013.
1013 set checked, that's the approach check that's complete. Next one will be landing checks, but that's not yet. It's about 10 minutes from now, something like that. So for the arrival, you'd take the landing data page, so I'll give you that now. That's approach ref. So landing speed today will be 145 knots.
Yeah.
And it'll be second detemp reverse, so max reverse. See if we can make that high speed one. So you can just see the top of Tady there, Mount Tady.
Yeah.
Volcano. Hope I'm never in Tenerife when that goes off.
Yeah. Won't be a fun time.
Well, I'll be running to the airport and nicking a plane. Get off the island quick. So approaching 10,000 feet, inboards can come on, and I'll shove the turn offs on as well, and then when we're cleared to land it'll be those and that. So we've also both got terrain, haven't we, obviously, in today's case. It's a pretty big mountainous area, isn't it?
Yeah.
A lot of terrain about. So we'll be cautious of that, and that's why on the missed approach we're going to be a right hand turn. So just to refresh that, so it's fresh in our heads again. Missed approach, climb straight ahead 5,000 feet, right turn, max 220 knots to the VOR. That sound good?
Yeah. So when we're ready, we'll go missed approach altitude 5,000.
So yeah, when we get glide slope capture, and it's captured the glide, we can set 5,000 feet. So if you do it before that, it'll get confused and want to climb back up again and level off. So the aircraft started to slow back now to 240. And when it's approaching the speed, just guard the thrust to make sure it doesn't do anything crazy. So you're approaching 240, just guard it until it's set steady on 240. And now it's gone into arm mode, you can actually move the thrust a bit. So if it starts to drop below 240, just add a bump in. It's a bit weird system, isn't it? It's like you've got auto throttle but you've not.
Yeah. I think that just means that it monitors it.
Yeah. So we want 240 knots and we're descending, but the aircraft's accelerating. What are you going to use?
Level change. Oh no, speed
you could
brake.
no, you could use level change, but
speed brake.
Yeah, go for a bit of speed brake. And while using the speed brake, make sure to keep your hand on it, just so you don't forget. Then you just find out with the speed brake.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, not a good idea.
Yeah, he's managing this descent very nicely, so constant idle thrust, that's literally what you want all the way down. So now the speed's dropping it, maybe knock that speed brake back up. And that should recapture that speed now. So don't worry about putting any thrust in, as it's going to come back up anyway with the descent. So descent and approach checklist is done. All we need to do next is start with flaps and stuff, but we're quite early for that at the moment.
Yeah. So the green arc's predicting that by this waypoint we'll be at 2,100, which is as the chart says.
Checked. And I've got the terrain noted on my side as well.
Yeah.
And I'll give you some fixed rings. So GCTS. I'll give you 12 miles, which will
7 miles and 4 miles.
Perfect, mate. Nice one. So, what do we want to be configured with at 12 miles?
12 miles we want to be at flaps 5. Yeah.
Yep.
And 7 will be gear down flaps 15. And we have to be fully configured 30 flaps 30 at 4 miles.
Nice one, mate. You're a genius. And I'm actually visual with the airfield, I think. Just in the distance, in the midst of there somewhere.
It might be there.
Yeah. What I'm going to do is extend the centre line for you. Inbound course is 074. So I recommend you press, we'll bring that back round. If you press heading select now, I'll extend the centre line. And then when you get somewhere around here, just do that break off that we spoke about.
Yeah.
While the autopilot's in, the MCP's yours. When you disconnect, it's mine. And when you're ready, I can start getting some flaps in for you.
Right, we'll go flaps 1.
Speed check, flaps 1. I'm just going to open up the speed window, Luke, so
yeah.
You want to do this in multi-crew cooperation, but for today's interactive purposes we'll do that.
Right, I'll begin that downwind turn very shortly.
Great. So just to give you a heads up, the heading you want in for the downwind turn will be 254 degrees.
254. Right, okay, so that's confirmed, that's the runway.
Yep, so whenever you're ready.
Start.
It's a nice downwind turn that. It's worked out pretty nice, hasn't it? Then when we're, say, abeam this point, we'll start that turning.
Yeah.
And we're aiming for that nice intercept angle, so somewhere in that direction.
Yeah.
Really efficient flying though, that. See how the engine's still at idle all the way down?
That's what we're hoping for.
Exactly. You're an airline's dream already, mate.
Yeah. A lot more fuel efficient.
Yeah, obvious, yeah. Good shout. So approaching flap on speed.
Right. Got flaps 5.
Speed check, flap 5. Do you want the flap 5 speed as well?
Yeah, please.
I recommend now we've extended the centre line, the VNAV profile don't really know where it is, so I recommend you go VS, and I recommend you go minus 1000, so just bring it up a bit. That's it. So vertical speeds announced on the FMA. So we've been cleared to land. So I'd probably start that turn in now, so just bug a nice turn in. Somewhere about there. And then keep fine adjusting it to that position, because obviously as you move around it'll keep moving up. So try maybe 370. Sorry, 360, that 370 doesn't exist. 360.
010.
Yeah, 010, yeah. Don't know where my head went to then. Perfect, mate. That's super stuff. And if you just confirm when you get visual, I'm not visual at the moment.
I'm not visual either.
I think I might be, but we'll confirm when. So you'd call then. Run out of live queue next 1013.
Yeah.
So if I were you, I'd match that heading up with that point there, the Foxtrot India 07 point. That's out of the choir. And then when we get a bit closer in, within 2 miles, go clear for the approach, so just on the approach.
Yeah.
It's out hold. Yeah, I'll probably try a 035, just so we don't cut it too short. That's it, perfect. There's 9 miles. Once again, misapproach, climb 5000, right turn 220 to the VOR, flight level 70, join holding.
Should we go Vorlock?
That's all yours, mate. And I'm visual.
You're visual?
Checked.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, it's just somewhere in that 2 o'clock-ish position. Start to see the runway coming shortly.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
Right, so Vorloc's armed.
Glide's coming down.
Check, so 7 miles.
Right, gear down.
Gear down.
Flaps 15.
Flaps 15. There's Vorloc capture, so you can go approach down. And perfectly visual there.
Yeah, alright.
And I've got flaps 30 for you when you want them.
Right, we'll go flaps 30.
There's glide slope catch, flap 30, landing speed is 145 knots.
145. Right, landing checklist.
And checklist and start switches.
Continuous.
Speed brake.
Armed.
Landing gear.
Down 3 green.
And flaps.
30 green light.
And checklist complete. And missed approach altitude set. 5,000 feet. Right, it's all yours. Show off your skills.
Let's do this.
Flight director. Looking good. No pressure.
Yeah, it's not like there's a camera watching me.
No, it's your mum, mate. 1,000 feet stable. Doing a really nice job. That speed hasn't budged one bit. Glide slope's perfect, localizer's perfect. You got 2 reds, 2 whites on the pappies. Feet stable.
400. Approaching minimums. 300. Minimums.
That's checked.
200. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Speed brake up. And reverse as normal. Nicely done, mate, greaser. Right, I have control.
You have control.
And we got the rapid
we
exit.
made it Bravo 1. Was that?
Yeah, yeah. Perfect, mate. So, if you could do the after landing, so if you could get the lights off.
Yeah.
And if you could go flaps it up. If you set 100 in there and then 5,100 in there.
5,100.
Yeah. Just shows that we've not been cleared a level then. And if you could start me the APU. Strobes can go to steady now, and transponder can go to XVDR. And I've got rid of terrain on my side.
I'll kill that.
How do you find that?
Great, yeah.
Bloody perfect, wasn't it?
Always fun.
Yeah, really good, mate.
Always fun, yeah. I mean, if you've any interest in flying, I mean, it's a no-brainer. Like, why would you not do this? it's obvious. It's such a great learning tool, and obviously it's fun. So
that's what we look for. It's not like classroom stuff, is it? It's
No.
actually as long as you have some fun and you learn something, that's the
the
end
goal.
Could pop the APU on the bus, please.
Yeah.
Looks like there's a stand available on the terminal there, so we'll take that.
Do you want APU bleed?
Yes, please, mate. Just for the turnaround of the sim makes things a bit better then. Pretty good scenery here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tenerife, sir.
Great.
Not very good at Spanish accent. Go, taxi and turn-offs can come off now as we're coming on to stand. Right, 2 blues, 1 red.
Engines
Engines
are
dead. And go for the shutdown checklist. Shutdown checklist. Fuel pumps.
Fuel pumps are set.
Probe heats. They can come off now, mate.
Yeah.
Hydraulics, so they can both come off. Flaps are up, parking brakes set, engine start levers cut off, weather radar is off. Well done.
Great.
Hope
yeah.
everyone enjoyed that. That was Fuerteventura to Tenerife. Luke did an amazing job. Nothing else to be expected. We briefed everything really good. Sorry, Luke briefed everything really good. How do you find that?
Yeah, great. As always, you know, I think if you're just interested in flying, you just got to at least give it a try, you know.
Yeah, of course, that's what it's all about. If you're interested in it, may as well. But yeah, hope you enjoyed that. In the meantime, please subscribe, like the video, bell notification, whatever media stream this is on. And yeah, cheers guys. Have a good rest of the day.